I fancy making a ring like this. Hey guys, the idea of making a ring with an eye in it has been with me for a while now, and a few of you guys have suggested the same thing to me. But to start something like this, I needed a suitable eye. You can buy this sort of thing, but I wanted to make my own, and I found this excellent video by YouTuber Heather's Treasures demonstrating how. I'll place a link in the description, and I strongly advise you watch it. She does a much better job than I do. It begins with one of these, a cabochon. These are smooth glass gems without facets, curved on one side. I found these cheaply on Amazon, and these are much smaller than the ones in Heather's video at around 12mm, as these are a more suitable size for a ring. I tried Heather's approach, but without great success, probably because my paints are ordinary Citadel paints. Heather suggested letting the pupil dry thoroughly, but I found it easier just to crack on with the paints still being wet. It worked better for me, though my results aren't as impressive as hers. What I needed now was a ring. I created a mock-up cabochon using Fusion 360 and then made an appropriate sized socket to receive this. I imported the socket into ZBrush and began creating a suitably wide band. As I've said before, personally I prefer ZBrush, but Blender is a great free alternative. With a basic shape, I filled in with more virtual clay, smoothing the ring into something more pleasing. But then I ran into trouble. I had absolutely no idea what to do. I dabbled and I redabbled in an attempt to find something that I liked, but creativity just left me hanging. At that point, the idea struck me to import a cabochon with a pre-painted eye. This seemed to really lift the design, and I began to feel a little more inspired. I still didn't have a clue what I was doing, but at least I was enjoying the creative process. I liked these knobbly bits, but it still wasn't quite right. And then, suddenly, I was back to scales. Quite why tentacles came into this, I don't know. It just felt a little monstrous, I guess. and after a little more tinkering, this is what I came up with. I'm not sure what it is exactly, but for some reason I like it. So that meant printing and casting it. I printed the ring using Siraya Tech Cast castable resin, which was back in stock, but currently isn't again, but at least it can be pre-ordered. There's a link in the description if you're interested. I printed two, just in case one failed, and I was pleased with the results. These hoop-looking things are little weights. If you remember what I said about Siraya Tech Cast, it needs curing in glycerin, but unfortunately it floats. These weights are an experiment to overcome this buoyancy problem. Well, that's cast nicely. Only 2 of the 3 weights came out, but the sprues were very thin, and it's possible I knocked one off during quenching. That works quite well. I suspect this resin is almost neutrally buoyant, so the tiniest of weights is just enough to take it below the surface and keep it there. Probably a paper clip would do the same job, but I'm quite pleased with these little weights. I'm using a medium and fine abrasive wheel to clean the ring and remove any nasties, but I'm not interested in a shiny ring. A soak in some liver of sulphur will blacken things down. Using just the fine abrasive wheel, I'm trying not to get into the recesses. I want to leave plenty of black there. I want the ring to look dirty and dark. I'm using some epoxy adhesive to stick the eye in place. Well, what do you think? A monstrous ring if I ever saw one. Personally, I'm quite pleased with it. The scales and the tentacles really pop thanks to the liver of sulphur, and the eye looks good at a distance. Close up it's not so great, but it's not too bad either. As usual, I'll be sharing the STL file for this ring with my patrons. So that's it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care, and thanks for watching.